Welcome back, viewers, and we are back at the Madras Motor Race Track for the penultimate race in round 1 of the MRF MMSC FMSCI Indian National Car Racing Championship. This race is for the Volkswagen Polo category. Again, following the format of this championship, the top 8 contenders are reversed and from their race result of race 1. So on pole position is Ritesh Rai, with P2 is Pratik Sonwane, P3 is Siddharth Mendiratha, and P4 is Oshan Katodia. So it's going to be interesting because these are seasoned drivers who've been there for some time. So Ritesh, on pole position for race 2, what's going to be your strategy?
I want to drive a clean race. Let's see what happens. So no, not planning anything much. I want to do my best and drive a clean race.
So you heard that from Ritesh. It's just keeping it simple, keeping it clean, and to ensure that he is there till the finish to take the checkered flag. P2 is Pratik Sonwane. Pratik, a seasoned campaigner now. You've been there for 3 seasons, and on the reverse grid format, you are in P2. So what's going to be your strategy?
I really need to begin compensating for the first race, to be honest. I had some technical issues with the car. So right now it's game on since lights out, so yeah.
So for him, it's game now on with the lights off. But I'm quite intrigued with your ballast which you're carrying there. Is that your ballast? It's only a bottle of water to keep you fresh. Okay, all the best. Enjoy your race. P3, Siddharth Mendiratha. Siddharth, now you are also another seasoned campaigner in the Volkswagen category, and on the reverse grid format, you are now on P3. So what's going to be your strategy to move ahead of P1 and P2?
Well, I'm just going to see how the race start pans out and take it how the race goes. It just depends. The ideal thing would be to get the early good start and try and be like P2 at least by the first corner, and depending on how the other drivers drive and how the weather conditions hit the car.
So good, all the best. So you hear that all of them having different strategies. Siddharth would want to make the early moves and move up by the first corner itself and try to lead the race all through to the checkered flag. So it's going to be an interesting 10-lap race for the Volkswagen Polo category.
that was Mr. Amit Arora coming to you live from the race grid for the second race in the VW Polo One Make Championship. 10 lap stands in their way. We've got the formation lap coming up next. Well, while they're out, let's have a quick look at our grid. As part of our championship format, we've got a reverse grid. What that means is that the top 12 of race 1 will start in a reverse order. So Ritesh Rai, who finished 12th in race 1, starts in pole during this race. In P2, Pratik Sonawane from Pune on car number 7. In P3 is Siddharth Mehdi Ratta for car number 9. In P4 is Oshan from Pune. In P5, Sai Sanjay from Salem. In P6 is Arya Singh from Kolkata. In P7, Sandeep Kumar. In P8, Avik Anwar. In P9, Ayman Sadat from Bangladesh. In P10, Saurav from Thane. In P11, Anmol Singh from Ghaziabad. In P12, our race 1 winner, who's definitely on a high this round, is Aditya Swaminathan. In P13 is Sahil Sanjay Shaler from Pune. In P14, Yokesh Varan K from Coimbatore. In P15, Adil Shah from Thane. In P16, Shreyas Dimate from Pune. In P17, Viraj Jairaj. In P18, Prashant Antil. In P19, Ishayat Hussain. In P20, Ayush Tainwala. In P21 is Arfin Rafi from Bangladesh. And closing this 22 by car grid is Diana from Pune on car number 15. She's back at it. Well, she was part of that collateral in the incident that happened in race 1. We had 2 race restarts for this VW One Make Championship race during their first race. Tough to see 2 race starts between 10 laps. That's just the level of competition, the tight, packed action and skill levels that these drivers are at. Ritesh Rai, sitting on that pole, will be looking to make a getaway. Such a beautiful platform for young drivers in India to come down, actually feel like what and experience what racing is, and get a chance to etch themselves in the Indian circuit racing for 4-wheelers. All these drivers, young drivers here, to make their mark. We've got some seasoned drivers in the VW One Makes Championship Series, as well as a lot of newcomers who will learn the art of racing through the next 4.5 rounds. Their race 2, round 1, is about to start. It's Ritesh on pole, Pratik in P2, Siddharth in P3, and Oshan in P4. Championship leader Aditya Swaminathan in P12. P11 is Anmol, who finished 2nd, and Saurav put in a mammoth effort to finish in 3rd. Lights are coming on. Stay tuned, folks. It's race time. And what a start. A lot of spin coming in from Ritesh's car there. Struggling to get off that start. It's Pratik, who's a seasoned driver, who's come out ahead, as you can see, into turn 1. Coming into the inside, Ritesh trying to quickly recover from that horrendous start that he had. A lot of wheel spin that came in from his front end. There's that 22 car grid going into turn 2 and turn 3 at the moment. A clean turn 2 finish. Can it be a cleaner turn 3 finish for all 22 cars? the racing unfolds. Car number 7 is quick to get away. We've seen this before from Pratik during his earlier season, especially, I remember, during his debut season. Straight off the back, Pratik was a very, very skilled and quick driver. Quickly adapted to this environment and started putting in the grunt work, taking in wins, podiums. He wants that championship. He's come here for that. He's going to put in that work. Can Aditya Swaminathan cut it and come back into that top podium contention from 12 to P1? It's going to be a tough one, but we've seen a lot of things happen in 10 laps. Look at that. The VW Polo, race ready, race built, primed for action. All the way from that factory in Pune. Brought down here and now putting the test to these cars. Last time around it's Pratik. Clocked in the fastest with a 2-minute flat 7.94. Quickest around the block. We're seeing a lot of changes in this order. Aditya has moved up 2 positions to be in 10th. Ayman in 9th. Avik in 8th. Anmol in 7th. Oshan in 6th. Sandeep in 5th. Sai in 4th. That's our top 10. With Pratik leading the charge, Ritesh in hot pursuit, and Siddharth Mediratha in P3. Ritesh definitely feeling some pressure from Siddharth at the moment. Very quick sector that's coming in from... what's interesting is sector 2 for the top 10. Very close contention. Less than 100th difference between all of them. Incredible pace and competition from this young bunch. While the evening sun sets far in that horizon. Welcome back to the MRF FMSCI Indian National Car Racing Championship 2021. We're coming to the end of round 1. It's been a cracker of a Sunday. Beautiful day for racing. The second last race of this round. The Volkswagen One-Make Polo Championship races is underway. There's car number 3, Sai Sanjay, getting in some pressure from car number 18, Sandeep Kumar. Very strong contenders again, not to be written off. Well, in this lead charge, it's Pratik Sonawane, but what's interesting to see is Ritesh Rai, how well he's responded back to that horrendous start that he had. He's the quickest of the top 3 at the moment with the 157.405. Siddharth Mediratha, who's trailing behind in 3rd with the 157.551. And our race leader, Pratik, with the 157.672. There will definitely be some close quarter action that's coming in. Our race 1 winner, Aditya, still trailing in 10th. Not making any sizable impression on Ayman at the moment. Last time around it was Avik Anwar who clocked in the fastest, down there at 8th with a 157.403. All of them quickly improving their pace lap on lap. Bumper to bumper racing scene in that mid pack, wherever it is. Look at the ray of bikes. My bad. The ray of cars that are coming down there at that back straight. Pratik Sonawane now under pressure from Ritesh Rai. Siddharth Mediratha also catching up to this front pack fight. A very, very strong Ritesh Rai that we're seeing as the laps unfold. He's definitely caught on to that slipstream. Will be looking to make a pass. Stay tuned, folks. The next couple of corners are going to be absolutely stunner. It's car number 22 leading the charge in P5 at the moment. We've got a two-way fight that's going on for P4. Sandeep and Sai Sanjay. Ocean Kotari trying to put some pressure on Sandeep, but a little further back at the moment. Well, this is where we've seen Pratik really gain some momentum and build in some gap between him and his competition. Ritesh coming under pressure from Siddharth, Sai and Sandeep. Could it be a four-way fight for that P2? Slowly but steadily, it looks like Pratik slowly inching a little more gap, being out there as the race leader. Very good drive from him so far. Not made any errors, keeping it nice and tight, putting in that work. Car number 3 coming ahead of car number 9 at the moment. There's a three-way fight. This front row is definitely packing on at the moment. Very close in lap times. Actually, it's so close that I'm surprised they're not bumper to bumper as yet. Siddharth, Sai, Sandeep, all of them with the 157, 471, 423, 444. As they come onto the main straight, 6 lap remains. Pratik Sonamani still leads the charge. Ritesh following closely behind. Siddharth Mediratha, Sai and Sandeep in hot pursuit for that podium contention. As by car number 11 under pressure right now from car number 14. Anmol versus Avik. Anmol definitely moving up the chart from 11th into 7th at the moment. Good drive from him. A race 1 winner moves down into P11th at the moment. A change in order yet again in that mid-pack. Very strong competition turning out to be in that mid-pack. Ooh, turning in, keeping the hammer down. 3 wheels racing it is. The main fight that's happening right now is between Oshan, Anmol, Avik and Ayman. This mid-pack is where the action is turning out to be really interesting. There's car number 22 putting on the pressure on Anmol at the moment. There's a constant change in order between Anmol, Oshan and Sandeep. There's our top 3 contenders, our front runners. Pratik on car number 7, Ritesh on car number 13, Siddharth on car number 9. Good to see the only women driver in this grid. Diana started off in 22nd, has moved up 2 spots into P20 at the moment. She'll want to take that checkered flag after a disastrous race 1. Great effort from the VW Motorsports team to get that car up and running. There's that fight going on between car number 3 for P5 at the moment, who's being closely hunted down by Anmol, Oshan and Avik. 4 cars in that P5 contention. We see car number 13 on our screens there. Lonesome P2 at the moment. He's managed to build some momentum and gap between himself and Siddharth Mediratha at the moment. Mediratha very soon going to come under pressure from Sandeep Kumar, who slowly built in that gap for P4 and P5. The hunt is on, the chase is on. Number 22 putting in that pressure on car number 11 at the moment. Car number 9 there, Siddharth Mediratha, who's currently in third, but under pressure from car number 18. We've still got 4 laps and anything can happen. 4 laps is a lot of time and distance for anything and everything to happen. Last time around, it was Sandeep Kumar who clocked in the fastest with a 156.916. He's bringing in his A game. But Siddharth Mediratha better put on his best foot forward, because he's definitely under pressure. We can expect a move from Sandeep any time now as they come into turn 4. Sandeep quickly trying to see where to put his front tire at. Very good driving from Siddharth Mediratha at the moment, keeping it very defensive, very difficult for Sandeep to actually make a pass as yet. He's not giving him that room for any kind of exposure, keeping that door tightly shut. Well, how long can Siddharth Mediratha keep that door shut? Can he hold that defense? Well, right now, with that two-way fight for P3, both Ritesh and Pratik have slowly etched a further amount of gap between themselves. Sector 1 times of our top 5 are practically the same. That just shows the level of skill and competition that's there in this 22 car grid. There's Pratik. Sonavane had a tough race one, and this reverse grid definitely helped him get onto that podium and take a win. We've got 3 laps remaining while Pratik leads the show very comfortably in P1. He looks to be in a very, very strong position, with Ritesh Rai also cruising in second. A two-way fight raging on between Siddharth and Sandeep at the moment, with Siddharth keeping his defenses at an all-time high. For the contention for P4 and P3 is the fight that's raging on at the moment. We've also got a 3-way battle going on between Anmol, Ocean and Avik. Car number 11, 22 and 14. Quietly joining that mix is also car number 1, Saurav Bandyapade. A 4-way fight. Every point matters. They know that this is the opening round. Second race of the opening round. There are points to be taken. There's a lot at stake here. Very important to clearly be dominant in this initial stages of the championship. Car number 18 all over the rear end of Siddharth Mediratha at the moment. Still not able to really pass Siddharth. Sandeep definitely trying everything possible, every play in his book. Can Siddharth outshine him? Will Siddharth outplay him? All this and more to come in the final 2 laps of this 10-lap VW Polo One-Make Championship race. Pratik Sonawane still looking very, very comfortable in P1. Ritesh Rai in P2. Siddharth Mediratha still leading the charge in P3 with a lot of pressure coming in from Sandeep Kumar. Looks like it's going to be a last lap shootout between the two and a four-way battle that's still raging on between Anmol, Oshan, Avik and Saurabh. The Bangladeshian Ayman in P9. Aditya Swaminathan, our race 1 winner in P10. That's our top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Aditya and Ayman managed to keep a bit of gap between themselves. Going to be a really hard task for Aditya to catch up to Ayman at the moment. In P11 is Sahil. In P12 is Sai Sanjay. In P13 is Arya Singh. In P14 is Ayush. In P15 Yokesh. In P16 Ishayat. In P17 Viraj. In P18 Adil. In P19 Prashant. In P20 is Diana. Look at that four-way battle for 5th. Scrambling all over each other. Very good move coming in from Anmol there. He took a very wide line and that really took that risk into cutting across. Glad it paid off, but it's still anybody's race. Right now, it's Ocean that's leading this charge. Car number 14, Avik Anwar, in that chase. And car number 1, Saurabh, staying closely behind as they get onto the final lap of this 10-lap shootout. Siddharth Mediratha, what a stupendous drive from him. I'm absolutely impressed with the way he's kept Sandeep Kumar at bay so far. Can Sandeep make a final pass at him? They definitely cut off a lot of that gap that Ritesh Rai had built in. Will it be a three-way fight for P2? The checkered flag awaits. They've got half a lap remaining. What a drive from our race leader, Pratik Sonawane. Incredible performance from him. He got that start straight off, took the lead at turn 1 and never looked back. Incredible, the youngster from Pune. Car number 7 on his VW Polo. Happy smiles for him. One corner remaining as he glides into turn 12. There you go. It's Pratik Sonawane that takes the win with Ritesh Rai. A pole man taking second. And Siddharth Mediratha, a valiant and powerful drive from him to take third. Sandeep Kumar putting everything out there to take fourth. Anmol in 5th. Oshan in 6th. Avik in 7th. Saurav in 8th. Ayman Sadat in 9th. Sahil in 10th. That's our top 10. In P11 is Sai Sanjay. In P12, Arya Singh. In P13, Aditya Swaminathan. In P14, Ayush Steinwal. In P15, Yokesh. In P16, Ishayat. In P17, Viraj Jairaj. In P18, Adil Shah. In P19, Prashant Ayan. incredible drive from Pratik. That was a class act drive from Pratik. From second to take the win. Didn't put a foot wrong, managed to keep it steady and take the win. And that's car number 15. The only women in this grid moves 2 spots up to take 20th. Wow, that's been an incredible race too in the VW Polo One Make Championship Series, with Pratik Sonawane starting his points tally. Ritesh Rai taking second, Siddharth in third. Let's go catch up with our race winners on the pit lane. Pratik, Ritesh and Siddharth. As car number 21 crosses the finish line. In 21. What a race, folks. Stay tuned, let's go catch up with our race winners, Pratik, Ritesh and Siddharth, for their second race in the VW Polo One Make Championship Series.
The race was really good. The first race wasn't that great for me. I had some technical issue with the car, so I was almost about to retire. But it was a great comeback. VW just sorted out the car for me like brilliantly. Kudos to the VW team, and the car was just phenomenal. Right from lights out, there was absolutely everything was spot on. I was able to extract the best out of the car in the given conditions, and most importantly, even the MRF tire compounds that we've been given this weekend. We got to experiment with 3 different tire compounds, and it was exceptional to see that the soft compounds were behaving in a different nature, had a different characteristic compared to the other compounds. And overall, it's a great comeback for me. I would say my first weekend wasn't going that great, and there were a lot of challenges from pre-season testing all the way till qualifying. and but I think the weekend has ended on a good high note. So first of all, I would like to give an immense thank you to Volkswagen Motorsport India for setting up these cars brilliantly, and secondly to MRF for organizing the event in the middle of a pandemic and still pulling it off with all the safety precautions. So cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Reverse grid, but I mean, I kept my composure, kept a clean race. Pratik had a good start, and I kept pressurizing him till the end. And you know, otherwise it was a good clean race. I mean, it's been a difficult weekend, but you know, couldn't have asked for more being on the podium. Thank you. Thank you.
I started P3, finished P3. It was a good race. Sandeep Kumar attacked very well, but I was managed to hold on to it, so I'm happy with that. It was a long race. I had a few early good laps, like 4-5 laps I was on pace, but then I think my tires got overheated, and that is when I started understeering, so it was just decent to defend. But yeah, overall decent race. We're looking forward to round 2, hoping to get some pole positions and race win and try and win the championship this year.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.